Mainstream media. Tom Brady is back in the building. Best ball Twitter. What if Isaiah Likely is the guy you need? Oh, another influencer 101 for the backward hats, bro. Rigged!
Zach Ertz with no Tyler Algier bringback? Yikes.
You reached around for correlation? That's a no-no. You ADP bros disgust me. How about you just live a little? Handcuffing might actually be a way to get unique if the field's avoiding it.
The Wi-Fi at this resort is a disaster?
These fucking streamers don't have player takes. What if a piss boy draft is the room you need?
Oh!
Did you hear this, everyone? The new Pomeranian dropped, which means you guys should all go draft in the Pomeranian and let me draft with randos in Best Ball Mania 3. Doesn't that sound like a great plan? Look at the GMs, GM Harbs, GM Shift, GM Nez. Drafted a main event team with Nez over on Ship Chasing the other night. Tyler, GM. Tyler, I sent you some notes back on your clip. Tyler making a roll the clip for us. Aaron, GM. Nick, GM. Brandon, GM. Ross, GMs. Good morning, Petato. Correct. Ivan, GM. What is up? Chris, I am not a pumpkin coffee guy. I am not. Keep that flavor shit out of my coffee. I'm a purist. GM. I was thinking normally I have a coffee before the show. I caught up on some sleep last night though. So this is my first coffee of the day. We are packing for our move. So I don't have my Guinness glasses anymore, but I do have my Chris Birdman Anderson glass. We got our 3 ice cubes. Here you go. We have some fresh cold brew concentrate. Everyone be quiet. We'll go a little extra this morning. Get it up to more like a 40% ratio instead of that usual 33%. And the water. I see Star Kindler in the chat saying that we only have a few more of these left. And that is true. When you look at the calendar, there are only a few more Monday morning drafts before the season starts. However, I'm going to squeeze in a few special ones. There are multiple guests that I've wanted to draft BBM3 teams with, and I'm going to work on scheduling those. Those are going to probably be at random times. Not all of them will be live even, because I want to actually talk through some interesting spots without being in a badge brigade room. But those videos will be coming out over the next couple weeks. The first one will be reuniting with Eric Beimfor. We're coming up on the year anniversary of drafting that team that we had in contention for Best Ball Mania 2. So we're going to try to run it back, try to recapture some of that magic. So you guys can look out for that special BBM3 draft video soon. So yes, don't cry because it's over, Star Kindler. Be happy that it happened. Yes, Brandon, Brady back at practice today, back in the building. Our long national nightmare of wondering if he was just recording The Masked Singer or is going through a divorce. We can put that all to bed for now. Let's see here. How we doing? It's your birthday? F you, troll me. It's your birthday. Don't try to stealth us today. I am probably going to try to stealth you today. I mean, if you want to do a birthday stream or a birthday draft, I don't know. Why don't you just DM me? We can try to coordinate, keep the rest of these guys out of here. A little extra is the pour you need. Yes, it is. Over under 0.5 nip slips. I don't think we'll ever get to a nip slip on Best Ball Breakfast unless we already have, in which case I apologize. It's far too early for a nip slip. Oh yeah, that's what you need to do. If you're hopping in this draft, you better be, this is the thing. You badge brigade bros say you're these EV grinders, and then you hop in these drafts with a bunch of us. It's so un-EV, if that's a word. You guys should be maxing the Pomeranian right now. You should be multi-tabling it, 0% rake. You guys max the Pom. I draft a BBM3 team on stream with strangers. It sounds wonderful. Pete Pius says, Pete, why do my early flag plants keep dying? I've taken out Mechie, Tim Patrick, and now Thornton. What did I do to deserve this pain? Hey, I feel the same way. We rolled a clip on Tyquan Thornton on our Thursday night draft. And then the next thing you know, Tyquan Thornton's out 8+ weeks with a broken collarbone. Trust me, I know all about the mush. Tony says you don't add like a couple drips of creamer in your cold brew? No, man. No, it doesn't need it. It doesn't need it. It is true, Nick. We will be transitioning. The Monday morning 10 a.m. slot will remain. We'll keep rolling at 10 a.m. and we'll go right into our GPP lineup reviews. So yes, very much looking forward to that. I should have some more details on kind of what my DFS programming schedule look like in the next week or so. Some things starting to come together in that regard, but lots of moving pieces for what's going to be going on in the season. So I haven't been able to firm that up completely, but hopefully we'll be able to fill you guys in on that soon. That's right, Nick. Breakfast is for hair cleavage. All right. Let's see here. Any other loose ends I need to see? Yeah, F you, troll me. The lineup reviews are, it is a really big difference from these streams, right? You draft a best ball team and it's just pure potential, pure promise. You hand selected every one of those picks, and that could be the team that wins you $2 million. When you're reviewing your GPP teams, it's money down the drain. You got dusted off. All the results are in, and all we can stare at the camera for an hour and say, trust the process. Got it in good. All these slappies keep getting there. It is an entirely different calculation. Shout out to the new members on the channel this morning. I see Jason rolling in, Colbin here with the purr, Avi. Thank you guys for joining the channel. I do have some member-only videos available. Do some private best ball streams where I don't have to battle with the badge brigade, so you guys can access those. Also, we'll unlock a few different private channels within the Deposit Kingdom Discord. You just have to sync your YouTube account with the Discord account, and I have instructions on that in the FAQ within the Deposit Kingdom Discord. But welcome, you guys. I appreciate the support. All right, let's hop into the draft. Thoughts on week 1 pricing? Trey Lance is too cheap. Neil says he learns a ton when Pete reviews his bad lineups on Mondays. That's the goal. I'm here to fall on the sword. Oh, we're back, baby. The Influencer 101 is back. It's been too long, guys. It's been at least 2 weeks of Best Ball Mania streams before I've had the 101. It feels right. It feels good to get back to how things should be. Tough to get buried by the wide receiver avalanche when I take Justin Jefferson 101. You can see my exposures up here. I am light on Justin Jefferson relative to the other top 3 guys. It's time to boost my Justin Jefferson exposure in an avalanche room. But DJ, how many 101s have you been getting in the hockey contest? Because DJ, of course, is a NHL best ball thought leader. I bet that's where you get all your 101s. Your thought leadership does not extend to NFL. We're ahead of it. We're ahead of the avalanche. Dare I would say we started the avalanche, Nick. I'm the avalanche who knocks. Matt says Kelsey 101 for some new texture. Wow, Josh, what a contrarian take. What's your favorite draft position? I like the middle 106. I hate the 106 unless they let Jamar Chase fall. I think 105 is still my favorite. It's a disaster after 105 for me. I mean, I still like Diggs. I like Adams, but it feels gross back there. Give me Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase and log off. You're stunned at my JT and CMC exposure. Did you see my Cooper Kupp exposure? I'm double the field on Cooper Kupp. A Small wants to know if this is an Avalanche room. I have no idea. I see our guy Harbs here, Sniper. We have DJ. I guess only a couple other badges. I recognize Body Spill. I'm not sure yet. There's this new law that I've discovered within best ball drafting, and that is if you are streaming, 90% of the people in the draft are watching the stream. It's a law. I've checked it out. I've studied it across hundreds of different drafts, and I have included that this moved from a theory to a law. So I'm just going to assume that everyone in here is watching. Oh, I'm sorry. Drop a gritty. It's too early, and I'm too old to be dropping a gritty. I am criminally low on Eckler. I did hear they play the Rams in week 17. I actually don't mind Eckler. I was just drafting early on. I was just drafting Diggs there at 106 a ton. So that's what happens. How many drafts do I have left? Let me go look real quick. I am at 114 Best Ball Mania teams. So after this one, I will have what? 35 left? Yeah, 35 left after this one. Man, Mike says I need a Colorado Avalanche throwback jersey for the bit. That'd be sweet. You know what I do have? I think in my parents' house in Colorado somewhere, I have one of those old school Colorado Avalanche starter jackets. Those were badass. I could bust that out for the bit. Paul, congratulations on maxing out. Congratulations. I imagine it like when, I don't know, an uncle walks up to a kid and congratulates them on graduating. Congratulations on graduating, son. Congratulations on maxing BBM. What an incredible accomplishment. What an incredible accomplishment. Okay, you guys are getting, okay, this isn't a wide receiver Avalanche room if I'm getting Deebo Samuel here. There's no way in hell I am drafting Leonard Fournette. I just can't bring myself to do it. Let's get funky. Let's get funky. Need to boost my Kyle Pitts. 12.4 is not enough Kyle Pitts. Odd says, does Ship Chasing post player rankings? No, but Gretsch has been posting his tiered rankings for Substack members. If you guys aren't sub to his terrific Stealing Signals Substack, he just dropped the running backs one. He had the quarterbacks one. So that's probably the closest you're going to get. I don't know if Corain is doing rankings. I know he's working on his legendary running back article. But yes, Ship Chasing collectively does not post player rankings. When in doubt, just assume we have the wide receiver ranked higher. Ooh, this is a good question. When do we release the Sims for Bills Rams? I'll have to ask Justin about that. I will have to ask Justin about that. One of the membership levels, we do have the private DFS channel within the Deposit Kingdom Discord. Going to be announcing another partnership with that as well. That should be fun. That will be a very fun place to talk showdown and main slate strategy this year. Aaron asking me if I'm going to do the Mastiff. I do not know if I'm going to do the Mastiff. I did see they were organizing a fast draft with the ETR guys, I believe on Monday. I'm not sure if there's still spots filled. I think Redmond was kind of organizing that through DM. I'm definitely not going to do a slow Mastiff, but I would potentially be interested in a fast one. That one didn't work with my schedule, but who knows? Maybe I'll talk with Brick. Maybe we'll talk with Redmond. Maybe see if we can organize another one of those. Nick hit 100 drafts yesterday. That seems like a good pace if you have some time here down the stretch. Cactus coming. Yes, I still have one of my cacti died. I still have this guy holding strong for maxing BBM2. I'm starting to think what I want my new office set to look like. I do have a really cool set piece that the Fantasy Life guys hooked me up with that I'm going to debut at my new office setup. But I was thinking like it would be sick to just have a big cactus. It'd probably need to be a fake one. But I am feeling the succulents. The succulents are a nice vibe. Nez's dad has started drafting best ball teams. He showed me a disgusting 3762 BBM3 team, thank God for these Pomeranians. Are you not coaching? Are you not coaching your dad? 3762. Did he? I'll allow it if he started his draft with 6 straight wide receivers, but I'm guessing he did not. Matt enjoying the start. It's nice. It's nice when the chat enjoys my starts. Normally you guys hate my teams. Chris G, guess what? If you're max like Chris is, you're not going to be able to get 12th round Treylon Burks like the rest of us. Randy says, are you completely out on Kamara since so many got him in the 30s early in BBM3? I wouldn't say that's the exact reason I'm out on him. I do feel like it's not because I'm worried about that, 8 picks, 9 picks. He didn't move up quite as much as I thought he would. So I don't think that's a huge difference. You know, the guys who got him at pick 32 versus the guy here who got him at 22. I don't know if that is really moving the needle that much. I just much prefer other players in this range. But I guess in a running back heavy room like this where Javonte is off the board, I think I'm still Fournette over Kamara. Where are you guys? Are you guys Kamara or Fournette for running back there? Yep. Check out Gretch's running back rankings here. Gavin says, is it best to max out as soon as possible, hoping you get values early or late, knowing the most recent information? This has been the debate of the summer. I believe the Sharps have settled on a barbell strategy, so you get to capture both of those: early information or lack of information in the chance to build super teams early, and then more information, a chance to put together teams with a higher scoring expectation late. I've just been drafting consistently all year because that was really going to be the only way I was going to be able to max this thing. This is an interesting spot. I don't know why is Deontay Johnson dropping solely because of this George Pickens team? I don't know why those things need to be mutually exclusive. I don't think Deontay Johnson should be dropping. I guess we'll just get my guy. Should I get a Zeke share? Nah. Let's get Deontay Johnson first. This is the only problem with reaching for Kyle Pitts in a room like this where both Waller and Kittle are still available at the 4-5 turn. Brees is, you know what? I'm going to do it. It's so fucking gross. I'm going to do it. 2.7%, 10 picks after ADP. If not now, win. I'm doing it. I'm a fraud. I just took Zeke. I'm a fraud. If I'm not taking him there, I'm never taking him. When new office, I believe my final show in this office is going to be Thursday. Probably, yeah. So we'll do randomizer with Karain on Thursday, ship chasing draft on Thursday night with Maddock. And then next week's best ball breakfast will be in my new office. It's not going to be completely set up, though. It's not going to have everything that I'm ultimately going to want it to have. Small steps at a time. But yeah, I will be from my new office next week. Sorry, I'm so behind on the chat right now. I'm like, why is everyone yelling Lenny or Kamara? And then I realized that I said, which one of those are you taking? And then you guys are drafting about Burks. And now everyone is tilting that I took Zeke. I love when I'm behind on the chat. That was for Willis. That was for you, Willis. 2.7% Zeke. I don't always draft Zeke, but when I do, it's at pick 49. Good. You guys should all be challenged in your dogmatic beliefs. We'll see you guys all next week. This would actually be a pretty good idea. Get a gong. Ring the dong every time I draft Zeke. Let's not get crazy. Derek says David Montgomery next. This is what I like to do. I bait you guys into, oh, Peter reaches for Justin Jefferson at 101. True piss boy. Ooh, reaches for Kyle Pitts at 3-1. Oh, Pete's playing all the hits. And then boom, you hit him with Zeke Elliott at 5-1. We need more coffee. What if I went and got some creamer right now? Then it'd be like, this guy said he hates Zeke Elliott and doesn't pour cream into his coffee. Next thing you know, he's taking Zeke at pick 49 and splashing cream in his iced coffee. Nick says, I want a new framed pick in your background that is Brady Bunch style with the squares, but it is all the best ball bros. I already have a giant acrylic painting of me dunking a basketball that says Top Shot on it. That might just be a level of narcissism that even I would be uncomfortable with, Nick. But maybe I could make those prints for you guys, and you could hang that up. Can you imagine me going to grab a full sleeve shirt? Guys, look, the full sleeves are coming back. Once there's a nip in the air, and no, not that kind of nip. Wrong choice of words for the point I was trying to make. I do love breakfast burritos, Tyler. I just don't eat them for breakfast. Yeah, David Montgomery gone at 63. Bummer. What a bummer. We gonna get to take Lance here? Lance here seems fun. Should we just double tap it? Lance Ayuk, get that premium double. Can we win the room back over with a Lance Ayuk double tap? Can we win the room back over? First you alienate the audience, and then you try to bring them back. Can we bring them back? Are we back? Is Peter back in your good graces? Did we do it? Chat, are we back? All right. I won you back. We're back. We're back. This is all you do. This has been a roller coaster of emotions. We saved it. W's. This goes back to, I still love that article that Hayden put together about how different drafters continually draft the same types of players. The 0 RB guys draft the same guys. How many drafters are reaching for Justin Jefferson at 101, Kyle Pitts there, double tapping Lance Ayuk stacks with Zeke Elliott? It's probably pretty unique. It's probably pretty unique. No, zero regrets. Zero regrets. I have a uniquely textured Trey Lance premium double stack. Trust me, buddy. I take Breece Hall in basically every other draft, and by that I mean every 7 drafts based on the percentages. But I love Breece Hall. But I am at 2.7 Zeke. I am never drafting Zeke at cost. And Zeke never falls. Other than in the piss boy rooms. Which is kind of weird because this wasn't a super wide receiver heavy room. Did some news come out about Zeke while I was streaming that I didn't get word of? Oh no. Now I'm scared. Snapback Sports is logged in. My new favorite thing is calling shitty drafts unique. Jack, I don't know how to tell you this, but all of your drafts are unique then. Kyle says, what do you think about Adam Thielen this year? I'm worried because he's old, but he could have a monster year. Yeah, he's not a guy I've been drafting a lot. It's really, really hard for me to select him over a lot of the younger wide receivers going in that range. And I think the other thing too is I kind of think the stuff with Minnesota being super pass heavy is really overstated. I think I've mentioned this before, but Leone and Gretsch talked it through on their projections pod. And even if they are more pass heavy than last year, they'll still just be slightly over expectation as far as their pass rate. And so I think people are getting, I've noticed it more with the KJ Osborne love that seemed a little bizarre to me. I mean, Adam Thielen's going to make his hay in the red zone, right? So that's how he's going to get it done. And I think it's just a little dicier when you're hanging your hat on touchdowns for an older wide receiver and an offense that still is probably going to be a neutral pass rate team. I actually am not. Ian asking my JJ over Kupp. The Stafford stuff was spooking me a little bit for a second. The only reason I did Jefferson here was just looking at my exposures, and I'm at 15% Kupp, and I was at what, like 7.5% Jefferson. And even though I'm Kupp over Jefferson, I'm not double Kupp over Jefferson as far as my confidence there. So I would much rather smooth that out and get my Jefferson exposure up closer to those other big three, Kupp and Jefferson. Eric says KJ Osborne for when Thielen goes out. Yeah, I mean, those guys for sure have contingent value. There's definitely a lot of players like that. But a lot of the enthusiasm I've seen is almost just in a vacuum that he can smash that ADP even without an injury. I'll allow this. Sounds like you got 2 cups, 1 JJ. I'll allow that. 2 iced coffees, 1 JJ. All right, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Man, I wish I had a buck. I feel like Brady in this spot would be kind of fun. It's kind of a gross spot in the draft. I do think I think Penny with this, with Kenneth Walker being out indefinitely now, I think Penny should be inching up a little bit. We're going to add Penny here. What happened at wide receiver? What happened at wide receiver? I don't know if I want to take 2 Seahawks here. Claypool sliding a little bit. Maybe we'll just get a double tight end here. I think Hawk is still too cheap. Boost up my Hawk numbers. And now we were done at tight end with Pitts and Hawk. Trying it for you. Sorry, Harps. LeBeau 7649 took him. You guys are sick. Wanting me to draft Pickens at pick 97. I do. I mean, if you remove Kenneth Walker from this backfield, I mean, Rashad Penny is an uber smash. Tyler says he feels really strongly about Goddard over Hawk. I do not. I do not feel strongly about that. I have Hawk over Goddard. So I definitely do not feel strongly about Goddard over Hawk. John says, who you taking, Elijah Moore or Devonta Smith? I'll answer this because you told me to have a blessed day. I've been playing the ADP game on it and just taking Elijah Moore over Devonta Smith, but man, I have those guys close. I think Elijah Moore has probably less competition, target competition to emerge as, you know, the target hog in that offense. Like his path to a 25% plus target share is much easier than Devonta Smith. I mean, Devonta Smith is going to probably need an AJ Brown injury to get to that point, but I think the Eagles offense could just be so much more explosive, have so many more red zone trips, opportunities for extended drives, that the increased efficiency could even offset Devonta Smith having slightly less of a target share. And then on top of that, you have the monster contingent upside. So it's very close for me. I think I still take more over Devonta Smith, but man, I like both of those guys. Travis Homer's fine. There's no worlds where Travis Homer is a smash, and you would prefer Travis Homer in full point PPR. He just does not have the profile to be an uber smash in half point PPR, but he's a solid pick as a late round guy when you're trying to, especially in those 0 RB builds, and you're trying to add on those JD McKissick types. I think Travis Homer is he's Ty Montgomery. He's Amir Abdullah. It's fine. FF Doom excited about Devonta. Yeah, he's a fun pick. Please no spoilers for Rodney. Rodney, you can't be in the chat if you're worried about spoilers. The chat is all about spoilers. Kyle says, I'm just jealous that an NFL player has bigger arms than you. I'm extremely jealous of every single NFL player who has bigger arms than me, other than Rodrigo Blankenship, who I would break in half. Man, Pickens versus Claypool. Jeez. I will say I have stopped drafting Claypool at this current price because his ADP hasn't really dropped. It is crazy to see them going next to each other. I asked that to Sean on a ship chasing stream, and he told me it was completely justified, which still blows my mind. I think if I just have to have one, I'm still taking Claypool. But man, I get it. I get the excitement. I do have a decent amount of George Pickens in the 15th, 16th round. So I've just kind of been passing on both of those guys right now. All right, what are we going to do here? I say we get our Justin Jefferson stack, and then we can be done at quarterback. Kirk Cousins to Justin Jefferson. And then what do we want to do? This is a pretty flat tier here at wide receiver. We could do, should we get our Minnesota bring back here with some dubs? There's not too many other fun Minnesota bringbacks otherwise. Let's do Kirk and dubs. So our team so far through 11, Trey Lance and Kirk Cousins at tight end, Zeke and Rashad Penny at running back. Our wide receivers, Justin Jefferson, Deebo Samuel, Deontay Johnson, Brandon Ayuk, and Romeo Doubs. And then tight end Kyle Pitts and TJ Hawkinson. So we're going to be running backs and wide receivers the rest of the way. I was going to lose Tony if I drafted Gibson. There is a price for Gibson, right? I mean, there is a price. I said last night, I was doing the Fantasy Life Sirius XM show, and I said when Gibson gets into this 0 RB kind of sweet spot with Henderson, White, Hines, I think that's where he starts to get really interesting again. Because then you're getting priced as a true committee contingent back that still has an exciting profile. But we weren't quite there yet. Wow. To hear a compliment from a best ball thought leader who has already maxed BBM3 to say that my team is nice. That means a lot, Chris. Really means a lot. How many viewers do you retain if you draft Zeke and Gibson on the same team? Well, the other night on Ship Chasing, we started a draft with Eckler and Najee Harris, and the views just kept going up. So I think there must be a hate watch corollary there. Kyle says he might be way underexposed to Devin Singletary. The Bills' offense looked really good this weekend. Yeah, even James Cook. I saw a cut up of his touches. I was grinding the film, and by grinding the film, I mean watching a highlight reel that someone stitched together. I mean, the Bills' offense looking good is, no offense, Kyle. This isn't news. we know that they are going to absolutely smash. Gabe Davis had that sick touchdown. We want pieces of that offense. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to take the L on the Kenneth Walker one from the other night when we were doing a ship chasing draft. I had us take him over Rashad White. Pat was very disappointed in that. In my defense, we hadn't had the out indefinitely quote yet. And then Pete Carroll came out. And I think Levitan had a tweet too saying, you know, Pete Carroll's normally very optimistic, unjustifiably optimistic about injury timelines and player performance. So the fact that he has no clue or no optimism spin on when Kenneth Walker is going to be back, probably pretty bad. Probably pretty bad. I will say, like, there again, he's another guy that once he slides, he's going to be a priority pick. Can we get Kenneth Walker into the 140s, the 150s? I mean, if we're going to sit on Jamison Williams for 10 games, 12 games, Lord knows we can sit on Kenneth Walker. Tyler says the fantasy docs and PTs are convinced Walker's sports hernia won't be a huge concern past week 1 or so due to the surgery, common nature, and historical return data. Man, I hope that's the case. I really hope that's the case. All right, what are we going to do here? Alberto's about to start dropping like a fly. Spiller was playing behind Joshua Kelly. And who else was he running behind? He was running behind someone else and hurt his ankle. That's not good for my 15.9%. I think we are, I'll definitely take Madison if Madison falls to me here. I'm probably going to skip over this wide receiver tier. I'll probably grab Michael Carter. I really like grabbing Michael Carter on teams where I don't have Breece Hall since I'm so exposed there. Let's see. I need some more wide receiver firepower here, though, for sure. Let's see. What wide receiver do I want? Kenny Golladay and Jacoby Myers just do not do it for me. Every time I just come down here and I'm like, KJ Hamler again for the 19th time, though Hamler's banged up right now too. Maybe we just play it both ways with this Green Bay. I think we're going to play it both ways with Green Bay. The team's so nice, you have to draft them twice. It's week 17. Kirk Cousins to Justin Jefferson for their 4th touchdown. Aaron Rodgers ping-ponging back touchdowns to Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson. What an incredible story. It's true, Marv. Aaron Rodgers historically does not like these rookie wide receivers, but here in week 17, love is in the air. He's completely dialed in to Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs. Incredible that Randall Cobb and Sammy Watkins retired after week 13. Robert Tonyan tore his ACL, and all he has left is Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs. 14 targets for each, 16 catches. That was my goal, DJ, was to ruin your Rodgers build. Every pick I make is a spite pick. I look over at who you have. Let's see, what are you doing, DJ? We got a hyper fragile build. Henry, Mixon, Chubb, Gabe Davis, Kittle, MT, Amari, Sky, Pickens. Ooh. Tried to backdoor Aaron Rodgers, and I said, not so fast. Don't worry, I see you setting up that Mac Jones double now. Helen Eckler, great name, by the way. Are you making it a point to draft Kelly late to offset your Spiller exposure? No. If anything, I want to offset my Spiller exposure with Eckler. Again, like, I don't think of it when a player doesn't have the profile that I can really get excited about. It kind of goes back to that Homer discussion. where I've seen it from Joshua Kelly. Sure, could he fall his way into a handful of touchdowns this year as the primary goal line back if Spiller is out and I don't know, whatever. I just don't think he has the profile to really smash his ADP. So he's not a guy I'm going out of the way to leverage. I'd rather play it the other direction. Like when I have so much Rachaad White, I'm like, man, I should probably get a few more shares of Fournette. When I have so much Spiller, I'm like, yeah, I should probably boost a little bit of my Eckler, but I'm not really thinking of it through that lens. Pierce at 147. Yeah. I thought you meant Damian Pierce. I was like, what? What about Lazard? Lazard's so far off on my radar that he didn't even make my fake week 17 broadcaster monologue. Bullock says, do I have any home leagues drafting? Yeah, I have my big keeper league draft is on Friday. And what other home league ones do I have? What my true hometown league, like my high school buddies, that league dissolved, I think last year. Had a good run. I will say I'm not as nostalgic about home leagues as I used to be. Once you're in so many leagues and we have all of our managed leagues over on Chip Chasing, it's kind of a sigh of relief when a hometown league gets the axe. I'm doing a guillotine draft right now. I've done that. It's with like late round QB, Tom Everett Scott. There's a bunch of guys in there, Scott Fish. And that's a fun one. Denny Carter's in that league where every week the lowest scoring team gets removed entirely and their entire roster gets thrown back into the player pool. And then you can bid on those players with your fab budget. So I got that draft going right now. Yeah, who am I keeping? It's a pretty extensive keeper league. It's weird. It's a contract league, and there's a 1-round rookie draft. It's also super flex. So I am keeping Justin Fields cheap. I'm keeping Ramondre cheap. I'm keeping AJ Brown and Elijah Moore. And then I took Treylon Burks in the rookie draft. So those are my 5 keepers, and I have those guys all at extremely cheap, near minimum costs. Yeah. I recommend them. They're very fun. All right, let me see what I'm looking at here. Let me see what I am looking at. I could definitely see us getting a little Las Vegas bring back here for our premium San Francisco stack. And who else do we want to do here? This is a pretty, again, gross tier at wide receiver, although we are going to need to take some of these wide receivers eventually. 16, 17, 18, probably going to get to... Let's see. Who should we take? Should we just keep taking Paris Campbell? Look at this 0.9% Sammy Watkins. Disgusting. I'm going to do some more Paris. I'm not taking Sammy Watkins. We have made our Green Bay bets in this draft, and it is not on the 45-year-old. How many of you are multi-tabling Pomeranians right now? How many of you are at work right now in an office multi-tabling Pomeranians while watching this stream? So we have 3 more picks left, and we're at a 2-4-7-2, probably getting to 6 running backs and 8 wide receivers. Willis is at work multi-tabling the Pob. and watching videos. So is Starkindler. Working from home. 4 palms for TD Vultures. Thank you, Derek. I like how you added my name on there at the end. I work from home, Pete. The premise you're trying to float is inherently flawed because I could not be in an office because therefore I work from home. I'm more just curious how many people are still working from home versus how many people are back in the office. I got Rob in the office, got you on the tablet, the palms on the phone while a spreadsheet open on the comp. Man, I used to pull that move so much too. Remember when they would have the March Madness? I think it was the CBS when you were streaming March Madness and they actually had a button you could click to pull up a fake spreadsheet. I am a little nostalgic for those days of pretending to work in the office. Wow, John Warner, 3 palms and 2 BBMs at once. A lot of work from homes. We got hybrids, home, work from home, H data. First comment of the stream, Pete, I'm unemployed. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing at that. Hopefully it's a joke, or hopefully you're intentionally unemployed or willfully unemployed. Yeah, it was called the boss button. Shift quit his work from home job when the owner tried to make us come back. I like that. That's a power move on your part. Josh says, wife works from home. Also love listening to the pods during the day. Hopefully you have headphones on and you're not making her listen to this. Ooh, we got a little cardio club going this morning. Robert says, does it get any better than Pete Pod plus BB draft plus stationary bike? That's a nice little morning there. Little habit stacking. Eagles, of course, full-time underdog drafter here. You don't get Eagles numbers without drafting underdog teams full-time. Derek said he drafted Spiller 40 picks after ADP. Am I a fish? No. I think that is a perfectly reasonable price to grab Spiller. Bullock's girlfriend is trying to imitate my voice. I would love to hear what that sounds like. I mean, if you're trying to imitate my voice, try to wait till you have a cold. So you have like a little bit of congestion up here. Then hit a slightly upper registry that more so than most males my age. Vaguely prepubescent. All right, let's see what we're doing here. 2 more picks. 2 more picks. Are we just going to keep drafting Fuller? I mean, is this Fuller shit going to happen? All my favorite wide receivers now just torched. This is where I would rather get. I'm just going to keep drafting Fuller. Fuck it. Fuck it. Sorry to the kids. Sorry to the people listening with their significant others without headphones on. Let's just play the hits. I can't be the Eno guy and only have 12.4%. Clay just finished a palm on the Pelly. It sounds like something a British person would do to describe something very mundane to us. Like I just went and picked, you get the translations. And it's like, I just went and picked up milk at the grocery store. And it's like, well, how does a British person say that? I just finished a palm on the Pelly. Bullock's girlfriend doing role playing, pretending to be Pete is the peak of Bogdan. I guess I didn't really fully unpack why, in what context is your girlfriend impersonating me? I do own you online a lot, Bullock. So maybe that is a fun S&M role play dynamic for you guys. Every single Fuller blurb is from about 6 weeks ago. The last Fuller blurb, tumbleweed rolls across the screen. An NBC Sports Edge blurber continues to refresh their William Fuller Google alert. They start to doubt themselves. Does it need to be William Fuller V in my Google alert? Is that why anything is catching? Oh no, maybe the news is coming across as just Will Fuller. Shit, I haven't set up a sufficient amount of Google alerts. I need 14 different Will Fuller name variation Google alerts to make sure I do not miss any Will Fuller news. White Lancer asking me about the hot topic of the day. Think Isaiah Likely is the late round Ravens wide receiver over Proche and Duvernay, or is he preseason fool's gold? He looks good. I mean, the thesis of the Likely stuff makes sense to me as a sick contingent upside bet. I mean, you think about last year when Lamar went down and how good Huntley looked and that Huntley-Andrews connection. I mean, you could easily see that reversed, right? Mark Andrews goes down and you see a Lamar Jackson, Isaiah Likely. The problem for me with some of these cheap late tight ends, you know, your Dulciches, we talked to a Denver beat reporter last night and he said like Dulcich is their guy. Like they want Dulcich to be their starting tight end. My issue with those guys is they're hard for me to pair with anyone other than like a Travis Kelce if you're not doing a 3 tight end build. Like you're not doing Isaiah Likely 2 tight end builds with most guys. And I just don't do a lot of 3 tight end builds, which means I don't end up with a lot of these big time flyers. But I certainly get the thesis of the play. But to answer your question, I don't know. I mean, he's not going to be displacing Proche or Duvernay for clear out routes, right? Like that's not going to be how he's used. So, but you could definitely see him being used in a bunch of 2 tight end sets. Yeah, as Paul points out here. Derek says, have you seen the reports about P. Ryan solidifying RB2 over Evans? I have. Yeah, and I've been taking P. Ryan a decent amount. Welcome to the stream, Joseph. Streamers always get the 101. This is bullshit. We're well past that. Since that happened, we alienated people with a Zeke pick. We won them back with a Trey Lance Ayuk pick. We alienated them again with, I actually don't remember what I alienated everyone with again. What's our build? So we're at a 2-5-8-2. Zeke, Penny, Carter, Zamir White, Eno. What do you guys think? Is this a 6 running back or 9 wide receiver build? Jefferson, Debo, Deontay, Ayuk, Dubs, Watson, Campbell, Fuller. I think this can probably be a 6 running back build. And can we get inspired? Do you know who I've been taking? Been taking some Jaylen Warren. We could also super stack the Niners, toss in a Jeff Wilson. I'm not taking Joshua Kelly, guys. Been taking Wilson, Warren. Hilliard's kind of interesting to me. I should probably take a little bit more Breida. Guys, why do you guys all want me to take Joshua Kelly? You guys are disgusting. I'm waiting for a good suggestion in the chat. Probably going to take Jaylen Warren. Zach Moss is a good suggestion. I like Zach Moss. Let's do Warren. Was Moss gone? All right, we did Warren. I do like the Zach Moss stuff. Lev Bell? This is the thing, Tyler. Tyler says Watson, Fuller may be straight zeros. You are 100% correct, but we don't draft scared. We do not draft scared. We draft as if we're right. In the reality of this draft, you already heard what happens. It's week 17. Aaron Rodgers is tossing bombs to Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson. In this reality, Will Fuller has signed with the Dallas Cowboys and has a wide receiver 1 season. Kyren Williams? I don't know about that. Wasn't Kyren Williams a little banged up right now? Or is he back now? Boston Scott isn't the worst call. He was running ahead of Kenneth Gainwell in their preseason game yesterday, although Miles Sanders was out. I will need to hear you out on Jordan Mason. Continue. I am intrigued. Yeah, Kyron Williams is great. I think Jerome Ford checks that logic too. Looks good. Run heavy offense. Chance for the runway to get cleared in the event of an injury or trade. Willis just getting me with the ultimate dig, drafting like it's a $10 Dynasty startup. Don't let me forget to do the Underdog Cardio Club wheel. Let me recap this team, though, for the audio listeners. I do post the audio of these drafts on the In a Vacuum podcast feed if you're more of a on-the-go audio person. The team. So, Trey Lance and Kirk Cousins at quarterback. Zeke, Penny, Carter, Zamir White, Eno, Jalen Warren at running back. Wide receiver, Justin Jefferson, Debo, Deontay Johnson, Ayuk, Dubs, Watson, Campbell, Fuller, Kyle Pitts, TJ Hawkinson. I like this team. Think we're solid at QB. Think we're solid at tight end. Think we're solid at wide receiver. We have some fun stacks there with San Francisco and Minnesota. Zeke Elliott one time. I know no one here is rooting for that. Lord knows no one here is rooting for this. I think it's a solid structure there for a 0 RB build. Actually, Peter, it's a modified anchor running back build with Zeke Elliott. And then the chat goes, really? Zeke's more, if you have Zeke, it's actually a 0 RB build. So you guys can debate whether this is a 0 RB build or a modified anchor build. DJ Mitchell, do you ever go to Martha's Vineyard? I'm going for Beach Road weekend and wondering if there's anything worth checking out. I went there. I normally go once a year. We have some friends who go out there for their vacation. We normally meet up with them. It's fun. Yeah. Beach Road weekend. What's the lineup for that this year? I know they normally have some good shows lined up. Check out Noman's. Very, very fun bar and outdoor space area. Classic dust anchor. That's how it would get labeled. Classic dust anchor. Dusty anchor build. I like that. Dusty anchor. Any kid updates? That bun is still in the oven, Matt. December 1st. My day of reckoning. That's the update. Getting the nursery put together at our new place. Got a bunch of stuff ordered for that. Starting to get real, Matt. Let me do the spin here for our Underdog Cardio Club crew. Every week, we give out $100 in gift cards, compliments of our friends over at Underdog Fantasy for those in the Underdog Cardio Club. By the way, that reminds me, there was a little announcement for Underdog Cardio Club members. I want to pull that up. This was announced recently, the Underdog Cardio Club Challenge, in case you guys happen to miss this. 1 second. Whoever completes the most two-a-days, or is this already over? No, this goes till 8:25. Whoever completes the most two-a-days, aka 2 drafts, 2 cardio club sessions, 2 tweets, this week will earn double rake back next week. 2-a-days counted from 8:19 at 12 a.m. Eastern until 8:25 at 11:59. Are any of you guys gunning for this? Who is the sicko who's been putting in 3 to 4 cardio sessions a day for double rake back? Rob asking Foxwoods or Mohegan Sun. I'm more of a Foxwoods guy. Foxwoods has a better poker room. Top Stat says, what will you be doing on December 1st, 1 month away from being a BBM champion? Exactly. Sorry, honey. Can't make it to the delivery room. Need to sweat my BBM3 teams. Yeah, look at Davis's comment on my fucking honeymoon. Davis comes back from honeymoon and he's just been absolutely blasting off on takes. I mean, this guy was itching to get home from his honeymoon so bad, just absolutely been firing. Immediately gets home. This guy leaves an all-inclusive resort and has never been more excited to draft fucking Randall Cobb. I mean, this guy's sick. All right, let's spin. Let's do Let's do 3. We'll do 3. I think that's a good one. That gift card ends up covering basically anything you'd want to buy. As usual, stuff with the store, guys. If you have anything specifically that you'd like on different apparel items, let me know. It's usually pretty easy to spin up. Like, I believe I have Value Hound tanks, but if you wanted that on a shirt instead, stuff like that, if you wanted it on a hat, whatever, just let me know. I'm happy to accommodate you guys to get you guys the stuff you would like. We'll do 3 spins here. Drever Fever. Congratulations, Drever Fever. $33 gift card headed your way. Let's see who else we have next. Levi, this is the wheel for Underdog Cardio Club members. In addition to all of the other perks, they get entered on a wheel every week. B. Fitzer, I recognize that name, for gift cards, and they can use those in my store. You can get more Underdog Cardio Club merch or anything else you so desire. Oh yeah, John just had a very nice order. I won't dox your full order, but John did pick up some items from the store over the weekend. Darth Oblivion, our other winner here tonight. Congratulations. Harbs wants to get a picture of Pat with his feet up when he says, "Oh my God, Kadarius Toney on a sweatshirt, please." That, when you said a picture, I was thinking, what if we had like Christmas cards or like thank you cards, and they were just different moments like that? The Pat Kadarius Toney feet up is an iconic ship chasing moment for sure. You want a Deposit King shirt? Yeah, I have the Deposit Kingdom one. The funny thing is what I made when I was doing that bit. I had that placed in the old Fantasy Life store because I didn't have my store set up yet. So there are actually Deposit King shirts available. I can actually send you that link. It's just not in my store. All right, guys, this has been fun. A few little plugs. So Spags and I will be drafting a BBM3 team today at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. If you guys want to tune in for that. Tomorrow night, I'm pretty stoked about our Club Top Shot show. We're going to have Dave Feldman on, who is the director of marketing for NFL All Day. Starting to get a little excited about NFL All Day. There's been some big purchases in the market. I think it's going to be a pretty interesting product, how they roll it out this year. So excited to hear more about that from those guys if you guys are wanting to dabble in a little NFL All Day. And then another big week on ship chasing, back-to-back main event drafts on Wednesday and Thursday. On Wednesday, we're drafting with 2 of our VIPs, Evan and Josh, the Buckeye Boomers. And then on Thursday, your favorite, our favorite, Davis Maddock, Karain, Gretsch, Overzet, and Maddock drafting a main event team. And what's going to be super fun about that night is I'm going to have Karain join me for a randomizer draft Thursday at like 8:45. So we're going to go back-to-back Karain randomizer into ship chasing draft with Maddock. That will be a lot of fun. And then that will be my final show in this studio. And then we will get all sad and nostalgic for all of the content we've made in this room. I think that is it for me, guys. Check out the Fantasy Life newsletter. If you are not subscribed, I wrote 10 preseason takeaways from week 2 that just dropped in the inbox a little bit ago. I got the link down below if you guys aren't subscribed to that. Also, I do doing some tips on transitioning from best ball to redraft, trying to get rid of our best ball mind here as we head into some of these redraft contests with your home leagues. Think you will enjoy that. I believe that's it. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for indulging my Zeke pick. Actually, you guys didn't indulge it. You hated it every second. But I will see you guys at 2:30 for Splash Play. Peace out.
Thank you.